Today we are discussing perhaps the creepiest form of home invasion, phrogging. Phrogging is the act or art, if you will, of living inside someone's home without their knowledge.
Oh, fuck off, dude.
So, you probably thought or hoped that this sort of invasion of privacy was maybe like more of a fairy tale, spooky story sort of thing, but nah, it's real. It's very real, and today I'm going to be telling you about three cases.
That's more common than I feel like I would have hoped. The fact that you already have three separate cases locked and loaded, ready to go.
Case 1. Let me introduce you to the first well-known case and the woman who orchestrated it. This is the story of Dolly Osterreich and her hidden lover, Otto Sonnhuber.
I'm sorry, can I just do a quick pause? I know we just started. Where does this term come from?
Nobody really knows for sure, but it's thought that it's from leapfrogging.
And it's not spelt like frog?
Yeah, but it's not spelled like frog. Spelled like
That's
frog.
dumb.
It's like leapfrogging from place to place. If you were a frogger, it would mean that like you live in this dude's attic and then you cross the street and live in that attic.
I say that's bullshit. That's half frogging, dude. If you want to actually do it properly, you go from like the attic to, some like the cupboards to like inside a wall. Like don't half-ass it.
Dolly Osterreich, born Walburga Kerschel. She was born in 1880, and she was a German immigrant to Wisconsin who began work as young as 12 years old in a textile mill. So, yeah.
Good child labor. We enjoy
Yeah,
it. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Bringing back the good old days. Make America great again.
The textile mill was owned by Fred Osterreich, and Walburga, by all accounts, was an attractive and charismatic girl, and she quickly attracted the owner's attention. And
So
by
the
the
dude's
time,
a
by the time,
pedophile.
by the time she was 17, they had become married.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, big oof on that one. Can we get some oofs
Yeah.
in the chat?
I mean, saying, oh yeah, there's this 12-year-old, very attractive. I mean, that sounds very Trumpish, but all right, I digress. I'm sorry. Continue.
From the start of their marriage, Dolly was rumored to have many lovers, while her husband Fred worked at the mills. In 1913, when she was 33, she was introduced to one Otto Sannhuber, a 17-year-old sewing machine repairman who worked for her husband, and she began an intense affair with Otto.
I
Yeah,
mean,
there's a lot of problematic age gaps going on here already. But
it seems like a match made in heaven. You have someone who, at the age of 12, was working in what you were saying, like a linen factory. What was she doing exactly?
textile mill.
And then, yeah, there you go. And then you have a dude that goes and repairs machines. I mean, sounds like he was repairing her machine. Who knows?
Ooh,
Oh, damn.
ooh. Eventually, because of the need to hide her lover from her neighbors and her husband, she was like, come move into our attic, dude. So this was a
Because that's the sane
consensual
choice.
frogging.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And he did. And it was accessible through a panel in the ceiling of the closet of the bedroom she shared with her husband, like most attics. He was supplied with a cot, food, a lamp, books, and writing materials. And during the day when her husband wasn't home, he would perform housework. And at night, he would live in total silence in the attic,
How
reading.
courteous, man.
This part. I don't know why this is so funny to me. Reading and writing science fiction stories, which Dolly would mail to potential publishers for him. It's just. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay.
A couple thoughts real quick, though. One, he sounds like a phenomenal house guest. Like, I wouldn't mind subletting to him. I got some attic space. Sure, you want to come over and, do some yard work? Sounds great. And stays quiet at night, too. Chef's kiss. But
Well.
kind of rude. Didn't supply him with, like, a bucket or anything to use the bathroom. Just, like, a cot and some books. Like,
Yeah. Otto would describe himself later as Dolly's sex slave and claimed they made love up to 8 times a day. Fred, all the
maybe
while.
I don't want him in my house.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Well, Fred, all the while, remained completely unaware of the man living right above him in his attic. Eventually, Fred and Dolly moved to Los Angeles. And Dolly, being quite resourceful, made sure she could pick out the house they moved into so that she could find a house with an attic, which was a rarity in Los Angeles, so that Otto could move with them across the country. So
There's
yeah,
like no red flags or anything there. Like your wife's just like, oh, let me check the attics. Oh, I only want one that's big enough for some bodies. No reason.
I know. On August 22nd, 1922, after overhearing a loud argument between the married couple, Otto crawled out of the attic and retrieved a pistol from the bedroom, finding Fred and shooting him 3 times, killing him. They then hastily staged a scene where Dolly was locked in a closet and Otto took the cash and jewelry, making it look like a robbery. So they were smart. They were like, I'll just lock you in the closet. I'm out of here, but cops can't pin it on you because you were literally locked in a closet, right?
And I mean, who is going to think in the 1800s, oh, there's just some random dude living in the attic?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
yeah, oh, it might be the attic dweller.
Yeah. The police, although, heavily suspected Dolly. But again, she was locked in the closet, so they couldn't find any evidence to point at her directly.
Solid alibi. Granted, couldn't you just lock the door from the outside and, like, close yourself in? I'm locked in the attic. Oh, no.
Dude, you should have been on this police force. You'd have cracked that fucking case wide open, man.
I mean, I don't know.
Otto then continued to live in her attic for another 8 years.
8 years. Wait, but with the dude out of the picture, why is he... It just sounds like a fetish at this point.
That's what I was
100%,
thinking,
that's
man.
what it is.
Yeah. The only change was that he was now allowed a typewriter because Fred wasn't there to hear him clicking and clacking all the time.
Does he still have to be quiet at night, though?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. She's just like, shut the fuck up. I'm
Right.
trying to go to bed.
So Dolly then began another love affair, actually 2 more love affairs, with both her attorney and a man named Roy Klumb. Roy, after discovering that she was in an affair with the attorney, went to the police and told them that she had asked him to throw her pistol in the La Brea tar pits. So then the police arrested Dolly for Fred's murder. All right.
Just off of his word?
Essentially, because they knew. Oh, I think he actually had the pistol still, because she was like, she asked me to toss this,
Fair enough. Okay. I mean, kudos to that woman. She was a certified player.
Oh, absolutely. While in jail, Dolly confided to her attorney/lover that her, quote, vagabond half-brother was living in her attic of her home and requested that he check on his well-being. Upon knocking on the trapdoor leading to the attic, he was greeted with a gaunt and pale, but cordial, Otto Sandhooper, who then explained his true relationship with Dolly and confessed to his role in the murder of her husband, Fred.
So wait, then did the attorney now double down because he was like, wait, you're sleeping with my girl too?
That's a good question.
He's like, no, keep her locked up.
Otto was then arrested and dubbed in the news as the Batman. This is way before Batman, by the way. He's literally the OG Batman.
That kind of ruins Batman for me just a little bit, to think of a pale, like anemic sex slave that is hiding in an attic, and that's like his origin story.
Eventually, He was charged with manslaughter, but the statute of limitations had expired, so he was freed. Dolly's trial ended in a hung jury, and in 1936 her indictment was dropped. She lived until 1961 and died at the age of 80. So yeah, nobody was punished for this guy's murder.
Damn, it sounds like the guy wasn't that great. I just have a hunch. I don't know, but
yeah.
That is certainly something. How nice is it to just be like, oh, I'm gonna go and pick out a house that has the highest peaks for the roofing line.
I know, dude. I know. She was really living the big life too, because this guy was like owning factories and shit. And I bet when he died, she got all that money.
That would make sense. Yeah, I mean, especially banging the attorney too. I mean, if he was in the picture then,
Yeah.
Who knows? Really could have gotten everything.
Case number 2. We're just rolling, dude. Case number 2. I told you about the Batman, Otto Sandhuber. Now let's discuss Theodore Edward Coneys, or better known by his infamous moniker, the Sneaky Spider-Man of Denver.
No shot. No shot, dude. You're just fucking with me.
I'm serious.
There's
I'm serious. This is why I was dying, dude. When I looked this up, I was dying. Because this is also before Spider-Man. So
Are all the superheroes just named after weird sex perverts? What is going on?
The two OG Froggers are none other than the Batman and Spider-Man.
And this third one that you're going to end up telling me, the guy's original moniker was Superman. He's the next Frogger on the list.
We'll have to wait and see. Maybe
Oh
Theodore Edward Coneys.
Okay.
He was largely homeless.
Please, let's just refer to him as Spider-Man.
Okay, yes. Spider-Man was largely homeless in his adult life. He was a very frail man who is said to resent the way he was treated by others because of his frail condition, later expressing that he wanted a place where he could be alone and free from the judgment of others. Apparently he had a illness as a child, and so he grew to be very frail his whole life.
I wonder if he got bit by a spider.
Yeah, dude. In September 1941, 58-year-old Theodore Coneys intended to ask his former acquaintance, Philip Peters, for a handout at his home in Denver. But his friend Philip wasn't home, so they don't call him Spider-Man for nothing. He did the next logical thing, which was he broke in to steal food and money. In the ceiling...
Fair enough.
He's all, hey, I know you're my... He's like, this guy will hook me up, he's my buddy. Not here. Fucking stealing his shit. Okay. In the ceiling of a closet in the home, Coneys found a small trapdoor that led to a narrow attic cubbyhole and decided, you know what? I'm gonna live in there. So, the next month, however, his friend Philip found Coneys standing at his own refrigerator. Dude, I just imagine he walks into the room and fucking Theodore's just like fridge wide open, just scratching his nuts, just so. Just looking like...
What is...
Yes.
I don't get the fascination for the attics, man. Like, if the guy wasn't there, why not? Just, don't get me wrong, totally. If you're gonna do it right. Have a plan to go in the attic when you hear somebody, like, approaching. But until then, sleep in the bed. Maybe he forgot to make it before he left. Who knows? Just be a normal fucking person. I don't know, man. Have you ever been in an attic?
Fully? Actually,
They're uncomfortable. No. Really?
Yeah, fully.
That's nice. No. I don't know the type of insulation they were using back in, the early days. If it was just like thatch or a bunch of grass, just straight asbestos.
It's gotta be, right? Philip struck at him with his cane, right?
That's hella rude, dude. That's your friend.
But Coneys clubbed him to death with an old pistol he found in the home.
Wow.
After the gun broke apart in his hand, Coneys continued to bludgeon him with a heavy iron stove shaker.
Dude, that is a hella old pistol if it just falls apart while you're beating some with it.
Yeah.
Like, alright.
So after he beat him to death, he then slithered back into the attic.
Slithered?
Yes.
What did he do with the body? Just like put it in the fridge or something?
Left it there.
Damn. That's pretty hardcore.
Philip's body was discovered later the same day after a neighbor called the police to check on him after he missed a prearranged dinner. The police found all the house's entrances locked and there was no sign of forced entry. They noted the attic trap door, but decided nobody could fit through it. But remember, he's very frail. We went over this. Yeah.
Spider-Man is very frail, and he does like to slither.
Yes, he's very slippery.
I wonder how small that would have to be where you would just look at it and be like, no,
I know, right?
No one's fitting up there.
And there's just a dude just literally 3 feet above your head. Yeah. Philip Peters' wife, who had been in the hospital prior to Coneys' invasion of their attic, returned to their home with a caretaker. Both women would often hear strange sounds in the house, which made the housekeeper quit after becoming convinced the house was haunted. And Mrs. Peters herself moved away to live with her son.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Smart women.
The neighbors would often see lights going on and off in the house, but the house remained uninvestigated because the police assumed the activity was caused by pranksters or a ghost.
In official police documents, nah, dude.
It probably
We're not
is.
doing that house. It's haunted, man.
It's haunted, dude. Fuck that. However, on July 30th of 1942, the police actually did check in on the house, and one of them heard a loud click on the second floor. I don't know what that click was, but they heard a click. Running upstairs, the police caught the sight of Coney's legs as he was shimmying through the trapdoor, and they yanked him down. Just see a couple of legs just...
Dude, just slithering back up into the attic. Oh, God.
Yeah, dude,
that's uncomfortable.
That's crazy.
You just grab him by his bony ass ankles and just kind of like start jimmying him a little bit, just trying to like shake him down.
He's all, no! He was eventually convicted of the murder of Philip Peters after confessing. Local newspapers dubbed him the Sneaky Spider-Man of Denver after police detective Fred Zarnow remarked, quote, "A man would have to be a spider to stand it long up there." So, yeah.
Okay, so you have officially ruined both Spider-Man and Batman for me.
Dude, I was fucking dying because the Batman thing, I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then I saw the Spider-Man.
It's like a one-off, right?
Yeah. Case number 3. The last case we will be discussing today takes place in 2019.
Florida? Oh.
In a suburban neighborhood in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Interesting.
Strange things started happening around married couple James and Brittany's home. Things such as a computer webcam being turned on in the middle of the night, doors being left open or unlocked, the dog barking randomly, small things like that. And of course, they didn't think much of the activity other than their house might be haunted. In September of 2019, their family took a week trip out of Hawaii, and upon arrival back to their home, it became obvious that someone was inside their house. They saw a man peering through their door when they pulled in. Just a door cracked, just a fucking eye staring back at them.
That's creepy.
Imagine pulling up to your own house. Yeah. They
Cops being called immediately, dude.
Oh, yeah. They called the police and got the man out of their house and arrested. But the creepiness had only just begun. They found typed notes around the house, one being titled, quote, "The Omnivore Trials, a Rehabilitation for Rat-like People." So I think this might be the Rat Man. We've got the Batman, Spider-Man, and the Rat Man.
Rehabilitation for rat-like people. Is that rat behavior, like hiding in a bush? Or, like, I
don't know.
Just lack of showering, eating gutter food? What? I'm interested.
Maybe just cute and small.
I mean, homie, let's be honest here.
I'm rat-like because I'm cute and small.
Yeah.
They found a manifesto of sorts that laid out the man's plans for their family, which included such things as, quote, a head transplant surgery, and notes their intruder made about personal conversations the family had in their home. Just fucking taking notes about the conversations they were having. Brittany also found a video on her computer from before they had left for their trip, in which the man, who was naked, was sitting in her computer chair, mocking her and putting on her own makeup. Because apparently she used to do, like, makeup tutorials, and so he knew this, so he fucking was naked.
Just watching through the vents or something?
Yeah,
oh my god.
Making fun of her putting on her makeup.
While he was naked?
Oh, yeah, he was just naked. Just bare ass on that fucking computer chair. Imagine you go to your
just see the cheek prints on the chair, dude. And just think, just something.
Sweaty cheek prints of fucking a dingleberry in the middle.
Oh my god.
You're
just
like,
a little.
A ghost.
A ghost. Oh my god.
Ghost ass.
Oh fuck. I kind of like the notes, though. I mean, getting just random stories throughout the house, I was really hoping it would be more of a scavenger hunt. Like, you'd put one under the keyboard, like one in the fridge, and, maybe one in the toilet paper holder. I don't know, make it fun,
Yeah.
right? But
It's like the textbooks in middle school where it's like turn to page 92, turn to page 140, turn
exactly.
to page 2, and then it just says fuck you.
And that's when you get to the head transplant idea.
Yeah. Just
How would that even work? Like,
yeah,
I'm
it's the ramblings of a madman.
I I don't know if you've ever watched Adventure Time, but what comes to mind is when BMO has to pull his own batteries out and then fall perfectly on a new set of batteries so he doesn't die for all eternity. So I wonder if the dude was just planning, like, cut the guy's head off, go, like, right on top of him, clean cut his own so it, like, falls on the other dude's head. And then he's just
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I got this.
It isn't known how the man named Ezekiel Zayas got into their home or how long he was there. After his arrest, Zayas was charged with burglary and then released. But shortly after, he was arrested again for allegedly vandalizing a Buddhist temple. In 2020, while in a jail for his crime, he killed a fellow inmate. And so he was charged with murder in the first and second degrees in the fall of 2020 and pled not guilty, but kind of predictably, he was found unfit to proceed and is currently at the Hawaii State Hospital psychiatric ward. My man had a few screws loose.
Sounds like it. Although, is his manifesto on the Rat People available? I would give that a read.
Dude, that would be funny. I do not think so.
That's unfortunate.
That would be quite the read. So those were our 3 cases of Phrogging. We got the Rat Man, we got Spider Man, and we got Batman. And I guess this is just the discussion part of it. And I just wanted to bring up a point. A lot of hauntings could be explained by this. And so, what if it was way more prevalent than anybody realized? 'Cause hauntings are pretty fucking prevalent. So, think of the times anyone's told you a story that something went missing from their house, some shit like that. But it wasn't a ghost. It was a fucking frail man.
You just have a dude named Peter living in your attic.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just
Peter
missing his
Parker?
Uncle Ben.
God damn it.
Dude, I can't get over that. Like, there's no way that you went to go fucking copyright Spider-Man and Batman and you did not come across the story. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude, I know it's wild, but it's 100% factual. On the Wikipedia pages and everything.
Can you go and edit that last story to make the dude's name Ratman?
Maybe I could, actually.
99.8% factual. Only the best here. Honestly, you're kind of making me want to go and check my attic now. It's quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, you probably should.
Not even, no, you're okay. No one's gonna go and live in your attic. Just, yeah, dude.
Dude, I just spent 3 days researching this shit. I'm at the peak of my paranoia. So, I've been inundated with Phrogging. So yeah, you should check your attic.
I still don't understand the frog thing, man. Because it's
Phrogging?
in none of
Yeah.
these stories anybody was like, oh, I'm gonna go from this house to another one. It was, hey, I'm gonna go to this house, and they sucked so bad they got caught.
Well, I think it was kind of a prank trend recently for kids to be frogging. And I don't think
That sounds
kids
highly dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually did it as a trend. I think it just became popular as like, wouldn't that be funny if it was a trend or something? And now the name just stuck to people actually just living in the houses and stuff. I do think it's more of a yeah, the name doesn't make sense. But also, if people were doing that, they'd be harder to catch.
Potentially? Wouldn't it be
Potentially.
easier? I
Well,
don't know.
it depends what your goal is, right? Because if you're not trying to just live there, you're just trying to like wait them out until they leave the house, and then you just raid the fridge real quick, and then you're gone. You know?
Maybe take a naked video on their computer or something. Mock them just a little bit before you end up dipping.
What if you just open your computer and your fucking desktop wallpaper is just a dick and balls, just in your own room, just
100%, that seems like something you would do to me. Oh, wait a second. It almost is the fucking dick and balls that you drew on my whiteboard over there that I ended up blaming my other friend for because I was like, there's no way this guy is going to do that to me. But lo and behold.
oh shit, dude, I'm sneaky. I could do it.
You could be a frogger.
What if you found me in your attic, Chase?
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, well, that was Phrogging. Let us know if you liked the video. You know, share this video with your mama, your daddy, your bald-headed granny. That's pretty much it.
Those are the only people. Yeah, no friends. Not your full-haired grandfather.
No.
Definitely no aunts or uncles.
No. God fucking no. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Aunts
absolutely
or
not.
uncles? Get the.
A goldfish, maybe. They're kind of
Well,
cute.
yeah.
Well, no, rats are cuter. That's right.
That's right. Also, if you watch this video while in somebody's attic, you gotta let me know. You gotta let me know. Post the picture. You gotta let me know. You know what's funny is if we do get a substantial amount of subscribers in the future, somebody will watch these shitty older videos and probably do this. Or,
You know what?
or pretend like they're doing it.
If they do, I will send them a free t-shirt. Nice.
Alright. Peace.